A very good afternoon, students. Welcome to the RP online classes. So, students, we were in the yesterday in the previous class. We were in the 11th chapter, that is light, sound, and force. So, we have seen yesterday in the last class about the light. So, light is the main essential source on the earth. So, on the earth, that without light we cannot survive. So, from the sun is the main source of light, right? From the sun only we get the light. The earth gets the light. We can see the light on earth only because of sun. Okay. Otherwise, also the candle. If you see, the candle also gives us light. The mobile batteries. Okay, mobile also. If you on means you will get the light emits. Okay, next one. So many things are there. Torch. If you on the torch, you can see the light. Okay, then next bulbs, tube lights. Okay, these all things no, they gives out the light. That's why the things which can gives out the light, they are called as luminous things, luminous object. Okay, luminous objects means the objects which gives the light, which gives out the light, those objects we call it as luminous objects. Non-luminous object means the objects which cannot give out the light. Okay, the objects which cannot give the light. For example, pen, book, anything, any object you take which cannot give the light. No, those objects we call as non-luminous. Luminous means they gives the light. For example, tube light, bulbs, lamps, sun. Okay, mobile like this, torch. In this way, so many luminous and non-luminous objects are there. You can make out also. You find out other things. So many things are there. So next, how this light travels, students? I have told yesterday only. Light travels in the straight line, right? Light always travels in the straight line. Water and sound you observe, students. Water, if you pour water on the ground, it flows in all the direction. It will not flow in one direction. Okay. Water also, its way is in different direction. It moves, and the sound also it moves in the all direction. But the light is there, no? It always travels in the straight line. Always remember that straight line. Light always travels in the straight line. So, if anything comes in between this line, means in the way of light. Okay, if anything enters, if anything comes in between the way of the light, then its shadow is formed. Okay, students. See, for example, if this is the light, means if any objects come in between the light, means this object's shadow is formed here. Okay, if the sunlight is here, the source of light, anything it may be. You take torch, you take bulb, you take mobile light, anything here in between the light. If you keep any object, means that object's shadow will be formed in the opposite side of the source, opposite side of the light. If light passes from this side, means the shadow forms in the opposite side. This will be the shadow. Okay, shadow means what? The shadow is the object's reflection. When any object comes in the way of the light, then its shadow is formed. This means that shadow is simply, it is defined as if anything blocks the sunlight. Okay, if any object blocks the sunlight or the torch light or the bulb light, then its shadow is, that object's shadow is formed. So, see, students, remember that when you block the light, then only the shadow is formed. Remember this one. And these shadows, no, sometimes they forms in the big size and sometimes they are in the small size. Right? These sizes differs. Shadow of the object may be small or it may be big in size. Why this happens? Because it depends on the source and the object. The distance between the source and object, it depends. The sizes depends on the source. Source means from where the light is coming, no, that source, and the object, and the distance between them also depends whether the shadow will be big or small. For example, you take the tube light. Near the tube light, if you hold block the light means the shadow will be big. You can see opposite side, the shadow will form in the big way. If it is tube light means if you hold the object in the far away, okay, tube light will be passing on. If you keep the object in the far distance, then the shadow will be smaller. So the distance between the bulb and the distance between the object also depends whether the shadow will be small or big. Okay, and also how much light is blocked also. If you block more light, then the shadow will be bigger. If you block the less light, the shadow will be different. Like this, the shadow differs. Shadow sizes are different, students. Okay. Yesterday I told you to do the one activity, means fix the ruler in the ground and see the morning, afternoon, evening. The shadows of the ruler will be in different sizes. That you observe, then you will come to know the sizes of the object. Okay, shadow of the object's shadow you can see there. Next, today eclipse. So eclipse means what? Students, all of you know that what is this? This is sun, right? This is sun, and sun, around the sun the earth moves. Okay, the earth revolves around the sun. What is this? Earth. And what is this? Sun, right? And what is this? This is moon. So remember, students, the earth revolves around the sun. Always the earth revolves around the sun. In our solar system, we have 9 planets, right? In those 9 planets, all the planets are revolving around the sun. Sun is in the center. You think if it is in the center means all the planets revolves around the sun. In the same way, earth also revolves around the sun. And this moon revolves around the earth, right? Where the moon is revolving, it revolves around the earth, and these two revolve around the sun. This is the solar system process happens there. This system is there. So in this now, what do you mean by eclipse? I will tell you now. Remember, students, earth revolves around the sun and the moon revolves around the earth. This is earth and this is moon. So when the earth or a moon, okay, the sun is there, no, it gives the sunlight. What it gives? It gives the sunlight. This is the sunlight, right? So if moon or earth block the light, then its shadow is formed. All of you know that if you block any light, okay, if you block any light, that object's shadow is formed. You know that because the light travels in the straight way. Because the light travels in the straight way, its path is straight. If you keep anything in between, if anything comes in between, its shadow is formed. In the same way, if earth also comes, if moon also, okay, moon or the earth, if it comes in between the light, okay, if they comes in between the light, pathway of the light, then their shadow also are formed. Okay, those shadow we call it as eclipse. What we call eclipse. When the shadow of earth or moon is formed, then we call it as eclipse. So there are, students, 2 types of eclipses are there. How many times? 2 times. Okay. One is solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. Another one is lunar eclipse. So, 2 types of eclipse are there. What do you mean by solar eclipse? Solar eclipse is formed. Solar eclipse means eclipse of sun. Lunar eclipse means it happens for moon. One by one we are going to see now. Solar eclipse. When in between the earth and sun, when moon comes, then the solar eclipse happens, right? Because here, this is the sunlight. Okay, the sunlight travels in a straight line. When in this way, when moon enters, block the sunlight. When moon blocks this light, no, its shadow falls on what? Its shadow falls on earth. Okay, here shadow we can see from the earth. We can see the shadow. Okay, this is called as solar eclipse. In solar eclipse, the sun cannot be seen. Why? Why sun cannot be seen? Because the moon will be in the moon is blocked the sun. Okay, the moon will block the sunlight, so we cannot see the sun. This moon's shadow, where it is falling? It falls on the earth. This is called as solar eclipse in a simple way only. Okay, lunar eclipse. See, this is sun. Okay, this is earth. In between, and this is moon. In between sun and moon, if earth comes, if earth blocks the sun means, then it is called as lunar eclipse. Why means here sunlight will be in the straight line. In this way, if earth blocks the sunlight means, if earth enters in the way of the light and it blocks the sunlight, in that time what happens? The earth shadow falls on moon. Okay, here moon's shadow we can see. Why moon's shadow we are seeing? Because moon is blocking the sunlight. That's why this is the object now. This object shadow is formed in the opposite side. This, okay, here that's why it is a solar eclipse. In lunar eclipse, in between sun and earth, in between the sun and moon, if earth comes, then its shadow is formed here. It's the shadow, earth shadow we can see on the moon. That time in lunar eclipse, moon will not be visible. We cannot see the moon because why means the earth is blocking the light. The moon gets light from sun, no? If sun only blocked means, how can moon get the light? That's why we cannot see the moon in the lunar eclipse. Chandra Grahana. Chandra Grahana iruvaga we cannot see the moon. Lunar eclipse, solar eclipse means Surya Grahana. Here we cannot see the sun. Why we cannot see the sun? Because moon will be blocking the sunlight. In the lunar eclipse, the earth is blocking the sunlight. That's why these two objects shadow falls on the opposite side. Here moon shadow falls on earth. Here earth shadow falls on the moon. Okay students, this is solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. So students, what you have to do? Here two diagrams are given. Page number 73. You have to draw it in the notebook. Page number 73. Draw the picture. Draw the solar and lunar eclipse. Okay, this is the homework. This should you have to write in the notebook. Page number 73. These two diagrams you should draw, and you have to write solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. So students, I hope all of you understood the eclipse. today's class. Okay. In the next class, we will see the remaining part. Thank you, students.